Welcome back to part 2 of one player every Premier League team should sign. We've just done the top 10, top half of last season, bottom half, and we've got obviously only 7 teams survived in the bottom half last season, and we got 3 new ones to add in. So we'll go through them. The new ones I'm a bit sketchy on, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to do my best. My championship knowledge, that's one thing I'm vowing to next season, is to improve on that. But yeah, let's get into it. First things first, 11th place, Crystal Palace.
Still not Chelsea, no.
No. Chelsea's a little bit
lower
down, mate.
Right,
yeah.
Palace, well, really surprising season for them. Vieira, I thought, done a really good job. Harshly sacked, and then you think Hodgson's coming and play defensive football with all this young talent. They've got Elise, they've got Eze, Zaha as well. So they've got a lot of attacking talent there. They just need that little cherry on the top, in my opinion, for someone to put the ball in the back of the net. Odsonne Edouard hasn't really worked out.
Started so well for him, didn't it?
Banged in goals in Scotland and obviously hasn't managed to convert into the Premier League. So they need a striker. The back 4, back 5, including the goalie, look just kind of Premier League like solid. I like Anderson, I like Gahey a lot. Ward's been there for ages. So yeah, a striker for me. We've mentioned him already. Gyökeres goes. I think there's a more dynamic team. He can go in, get in behind because he's a strong, quick boy. So yeah, a striker for me, Gyökeres.
Yeah, they definitely need some goals if Zaha goes. I mean, that's what happened at the middle of this season.
Of course, yeah,
Zaha got injured. Vieira got sacked. Fair play to everyone at Palace, because ultimately I thought Hodgson was an awful appointment, and he proved everyone wrong.
Yeah, done really well.
And the board got it right. So
we don't know if he's staying either, do we?
That's the thing.
Manager could come in with a completely different style of player, different like wish list of players he wants. So difficult one, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, they've not got too much of a budget either.
No.
But I think goals as well is a massive thing for Palace. I think they've got this team of young street ballers, and I think you just got to complement their style with a goal scorer who will be on the end of all that creativity.
So do you want a target man, or do you want someone quick in behind?
I need someone that can do a bit of both, can hold it up if he needs to, and just ultimately someone that's going to be a fox in the box and put the ball in the back of the net. And I've gone with one of the hottest prospects in the Premier League, Eddie Nketiah. I don't think he got the chance
London boy
he needed when Jesus returned to the team. Nketiah got dropped, but Nketiah did such a good job of keeping Arsenal in and around where they needed to be.
And I was expecting Jesus to come and then them to win the title, and he actually didn't bag too many.
They actually probably would have had better chance.
I like
the
that
title
one more than my
Nketiah.
one, actually. I like Nketiah because when I watched him, I thought his hold-up play was a lot better. And Fox in the box literally sums him up in a nutshell. I like that one.
I get Ian Wright vibes from Nketiah. I think I could see him doing... It's not the ideal move. I think Nketiah wants better, but why not go to Palace and put him back on the radar? Get him moving up the table, and they'd love him. The fans at Palace would love a player like Nketiah up front, I think.
Great shout.
I could see that working really well. Max, we finally got to the point in the video where you've been waiting for. Chelsea.
Can we just skip past it? Or?
We can, because to be honest with you, I don't think Bowley's going to get any of the deals done. So, or the board now. But
yeah, mainstream stuff. We need a number 9.
Yeah,
we need someone who's going to score. We need a lot more, by the way. It's not just a number 9. OSIMHEN is my wish list. He is a problem. Quick, strong, intelligent. Just won a title in Napoli. Got Champions League football. Are you going to dip out and not get Champions League football with Chelsea? I don't know, but he's that one I've monitored for a while now, but probably unrealistic.
Yeah, look, Chelsea need a marquee signing in somewhere to influence other players to still come to the bridge, because if we keep missing out, players will think something's wrong. So we just need to make one happen, I think, no matter what it costs. I've gone for the opposite end of the pitch. I think Chelsea apparently have inquired about this guy as well. Everything's going wrong at AC Milan. We might as well raid AC Milan whilst we can. But I've gone with Mike Maignan.
Yeah.
I think goalie-wise in Europe, he's up in the top 5.
Kepa, Mendy, we've spoken about, haven't we? Kepa's poor with his hands, good with his feet. Mendy's poor with his feet, good with his hands. So I've heard big things about that Mikey guy. Magic Mike, I listened to a podcast. So he's a no. Yeah,
he'd be perfect for me. And I saw something on Twitter the other day saying that Chelsea had gone for 60 million. Apparently it was turned down. But things are not well at AC Milan, as they are not well at Chelsea as well. And to be honest with you, we might as well go in, start chatting to bringing back Tamori, Leao, bring back the crew, honestly, and bring a few with them. I'm not even lying. Yeah. Chelsea's in a bad place right now.
Gonkia.
Why not, mate? They'd be doing better than what we got right now. Moving down the list, Wolves. A bit of a strange season for them. Not really pushed on to where people would have said they could have gone with all that backing they've had. Basically got the Portuguese national team by like 3 players.
Getting run by Jorge Mendes and the gang. They were in a bit of a pickle, weren't they? And the manager come in, Lopetegui, saved them, and then kind of, are we giving them the on the beach kind of thing?
They were on the beach as soon as they were safe.
Yeah, so again, a bit like the Emery one, I expect him to tap into that Portuguese or Spanish market, probably Portuguese. You've got Nunes, you've got the other centre mid.
Ruben Neves, but he might go.
Yeah, but I mean, the amount of... They're probably majority.
Neto, like Podence.
I remember Cody. I saw a thing with Connor Cody, who's maybe someone will mention later, is that he started learning Portuguese because he needed to communicate on the pitch and off the pitch. So it's a sensible thing. Again, probably a bit like OSIMHEN. I've got a fanciful one. I've got Taremi from Porto.
Oh, nice one.
Scored against England in the World Cup. Scored a great bicycle kick against Chelsea for Porto in the Champions League a few seasons ago. So, I mean, they've signed a few players who you've gone, how the hell is he signed there? So this could be another one because of the agency being run. He's fits that mould of being with that agency. Yeah,
to be honest with you, I think Wolves is exactly the same. You look through their whole squad and you start thinking, where on earth are they going to improve? And to be honest with you, I've gone with Taremi as well. I can see the Mendes shout is...
Diego Costa up front last season.
It just didn't really work, did it? So, look, there's a Spanish contingent there, and you might see someone rock up who's done well, obviously, for Lopetegui in the past. But Lopetegui, has he managed in Portugal as well before? Is that why he's like the links there?
I'm not sure.
But anyway.
What I'm trying to say is I don't expect them to sign a Premier League proven striker. It's going to be someone maybe I've not heard of, or a young Portuguese player who's going to come over.
Or someone on Jorge Mendes' books.
Simple as that.
So I think, look, Taremi's on his books. Taremi scores goals for fun. Top scorer in Portugal at the moment. And it just sort of makes sense for Wolves if they could go in and put all their budget into a striker, probably keep him up next season.
Don't forget Lopetegui's CV is unbelievable as well. Real Madrid, Spain, like serious CV.
Sensio, could he rock up there? Random one? Never know, do you?
Yeah, he's probably looking higher up, but yeah. Definitely one to monitor their transfer activity.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that as well. Wouldn't surprise me if a Spanish international or Real Madrid player rocked up there if they managed to keep Lopetegui. It just would. Wolves is that club. They got big money, big agency.
Yeah.
So, look, moving on, West Ham. Strange one for West Ham. It looks like they're going to lose Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Would you say that's their weakest area if they lose him?
Well, yeah. Weakest area, I'd probably just say that is the hole you've got to fill immediately. He's probably carried Souček a bit last season where, I wouldn't say Souček carried Rice the previous season, but Souček was scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of assists. So definitely, I like Lavia from Southampton. A couple of rumours about Chelsea signing him. Very young, 2021.
19.
Yeah. So even younger. Again, holding midfield, just goes straight in. A bit of a like for Rice.
Yeah.
And you get him way cheaper. Probably got a buyout clause maybe, or just got relegated to the Championship. So you're not going to spend 80 million on him because that's what Rice is going to probably go for.
I think it would be a better move for him than going to Chelsea because at least he'd get game time at West Ham and carry on his progression. He could move to Chelsea 22. He'd have 2 years at West Ham.
I
agree with you. I think if they are to lose Declan Rice, then I'd be worried. I've gone with a player that's just been relegated. He's on the free agency. They've actually let his contract run down as well. Is Yuri Tillemans.
Great shout.
I think if Rice goes...
Great shout.
I like that one. He is a rock-steady midfielder with Prem experience and probably last season hindered his chances of getting a team in like the top European competition. So West Ham could be Europa League next season if it all goes well. And I think Tielemans would take Europa League.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Tielemans was looking to go to somewhere on the top table maybe 12 months ago.
But you can't do that if you get relegated.
No, and he's not been playing that much. I think under the previous manager, Rodgers, he wasn't even playing for like 5-10 games. So I love that. I like that one a lot,
Yeah, so West Ham is going to have a bit of money to spend. And if they can be shrewd with it, I think they can push on because they've probably got the best squad they've had for years.
Yeah.
For a long, long time, I'd say. Right.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Never been really guilty of spending lots of money. So a tricky one. Gary O'Neill done an amazing job. Another one that probably in the Hodgson mold where you thought, oh, that's them gone, and completely stayed up. Probably got to secure it a bit more at the back. I like Solanke up front, so I quite like them going forward. And O'Neill got a good tune out of his front line. So I saw this player get offered to the club he was on loan at for 4 million, and Everton said no. Connor Cody, Premier League,
bargain, isn't it?
Born and bred, like you got no frills, no spills, got no worries about
England
him.
international.
Leader as well. Always travels with England because I heard he's brilliant around the dressing room. Great leader. I think he'd probably galvanise that back line for Bournemouth and, solidify that defence a bit more.
Yeah, lovely place for Cody to move to for those last few years at the top level of his career as well, isn't it?
Yeah, nice sun.
Lion and Sandbanks just loving it. Now, look, that's a great shout. And by the way, 4 million for Cody, he's worth just having in the dressing room.
100%.
Like, why not? So I like that shout. I've gone with a little bit of creativity and a little bit of flair for Bournemouth. I think young English prospect for them is good with Gary O'Neill. I can see him working well with the young sort of younger players. He's a fairly young manager himself, and he's obviously been around Championship and that sort of level for a lot of his career. And I think Alex Scott from Bristol City would be a nice addition to their side. I don't know how many of you have seen this guy play. I'm not a massive Championship watcher, but I had a guy recommend me to watch Alex Scott a while ago. I've kept tabs on him. And a really, really exciting player. Playing under 21 now.
Said, yeah.
And I could just see that being a nice fit for Bournemouth. I think he deserves a Prem move, and Bournemouth sort of that level and low budget. It wouldn't be too expensive, I think.
Let's go from low budget to not high budget to someone who spent a lot of money, Forest.
Yeah, oh my god.
Where do you even start? I've got no player written down for Forest because I've got no clue who they're going to sign. I think they had something like 40-odd players last season, signed God knows how many in January. And they had players who got them promoted the season before, not in the 25-man squad, and weren't allowed to leave. So, really bizarre one. Great job to keep him up.
Yeah. Considering there was that point when they were saying he was going to get sacked.
Yeah, and the fans kept him in. Fans kept him in.
Mental.
He definitely got trigger happy, the chairman. He wanted him to go, and the fans weren't standing for it.
Yeah, chairman of Forest cracks me up. Completely agree with you. Like, where are they getting a signing? I've got one player that I could potentially see going there, and it's because of the Welsh link, and it's David Brooks from Bournemouth. Yeah. I think Bournemouth have obviously stood by David Brooks. He's done fantastically well to get back playing again with an awful situation. Steve Cooper plays good football. Lingard didn't work out. I think David Brooks in that position next to Gibbs White, or if Gibbs White goes, he's a perfect replacement, and I'm sure that would work out quite nicely.
I will say, got to re-sign or give another deal to Gibbs White. Saw him live against Chelsea. I was really impressed. I do think people will be sniffing 6-12 months away from him. So got to keep him because I thought he was phenomenal in the running. And a 1 year up front, got the goals to get him over the line.
Yeah, Gibbs White had a really strong finish to the season. Goalkeeper as well. They got to get that sorted. I think both were on loan.
But how can we even guess who they're going to sign?
It's a bit of a mess.
on loan.
Henderson on loan.
Lodi, who's played in the Champions League.
Aurier. Yeah, keep going, mate. Like they're going
to have a busy summer. I've just got no clue which direction they're going to go.
Yeah, and it's impossible to even. How did they know what they're doing when they got a squad like that as well? I used to play career mode like that, and they just got a bit of a mess. I'd not be able to sell anyone. So, yeah, honestly, moving on to probably the luckiest team this season, Everton. I thought they were down. They've not had a striker. They've not had anything all season. We look through their squad and you can see why they're down there.
Yeah, I like Dyche. I like him a lot. I think after they stayed up, he kind of said, I don't know why.
Perfect replacement.
I don't know why. Yes, we're happy. We're relieved that we stayed up, but I don't know why we're happy. Like, we can't be in this position last season. They said that last season, but I do believe that he will be no frills, no spills. He knows what he's doing, and he'll get those 11 sorted out, I think.
Yeah, far better gaffer than Lampard. Lampard, it's easy to say not going to happen again next season, but in theory it proved a lot harder and whatever. Dyche, everyone was saying the same thing after that last game. They weren't celebrating. They were saying, this is not where we belong, and the fans were saying the same.
Yeah.
The fans were accepting of one season that it all went wrong. But look, there's a big mess at Everton. The budget's gone. The owners rinsed all this cash, and the board's a nightmare, and they want them out. And there's a whole new stadium coming.
So who do they sign?
Tough one for me, but I've gone with Ward-Prowse. Obviously relegated from Southampton, but Dyche loves a big player, and Ward-Prowse delivery for Everton could be very good. And look, Ward-Prowse has just been relegated. He ain't that special. Free kicks, yeah, but on the pitch, he's okay. So I think he'd fit in well.
If I'm JWP, I'm looking higher than that. Yeah, I don't know. I think
he got relegated, son.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's club captain, so he might want to come back up with Southampton, but I think he's on a different table. I think he's in that middle that Brentford and above, maybe even Spurs, but that's another conversation.
He's where you'd have expected Southampton to be before they changed how they were working stuff out and everything. But
they just went too young, signed too many young players, Southampton. I've gone for Chris Wood. What is it? A reconciliation with Dyche. Get him up front. Calvert-Lewin been injured too much. I think Dyche will get sick of that. I'm not going to lie. I think hopefully Calvert-Lewin is a really good player. You know, in the England squad once upon a time when he has been fit. So I do want him to see him fit. But if we're going to say they're going to play quite direct, 4-4-2 maybe, you know, Wood, it's a no-brainer really for Dyche because he knows what the player will give him. And Wood, we saw, hasn't been playing at all for Forest, and they signed
one
him
of one of the many signings for Forest. Everton's such a weird one. Who knows how it'll end up for Everton? I kind of think they really need to get their act together and they need goals. So, Chris Wood, I'm not sure if he's the answer, but it's just, if Newcastle used him, Forest probably tried to do the same. Everton might as well try and do the same as well.
Yeah.
Just chip in with a couple of goals, give you a target man to play off, and hope everyone else can chip in with goals. The 3 new teams, we said already at the beginning of the video, not too sure how this is going, but Burnley, company fantastically well, probably shocked everyone of what he would get out of a team. Any ideas for Burnley and what they need to do to stay in the Prem?
Well, they've completely changed, talking about Dyche, they completely changed the way they play. Nathan Teller, the winger, has been on flames. He was on loan from Southampton, so they'll probably try and re-sign him, I would have thought. We were talking earlier, company, can he tap into the young Man City market?
Yeah.
And can he tap into the Belgian market?
Got a couple of Man City players sort of on loan and links with already. So, yeah, that's a great shout, by the way, Man City.
So, I'll give you some credit. You mentioned Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
I've nicked him off you. Cole Palmer, does he go down the Foden route where we're all shouting, he's got to go on loan, Foden's got to get minutes 2 or 3 seasons ago, but Pep is just the best teacher in the world, even if it's in training. So Palmer will be at that stage now where does he just keep training with the first team and getting 10 games a year, or does he go on loan maybe to someone who Guardiola trusts in company and go kind of spread your wings and go play like proper football?
Yeah, I like the Cole Palmer shout. I think it would be a great move as well. I think the Belgium links there with Company as well. Company's got a big pull, bigger than other managers in a similar position to Burnley, that's for sure.
Incredible job.
I like Openda. He's been over at Lens in France, had a great season this year, rapid, like absolutely rapid. I'm sure he'd get goals in the Prem because when a player's got pace, you can't cope with them.
Yeah.
And I just think Company, Belgium, is that a possibility? Company's got the pull. Players want to play for Company.
Yeah,
I can see that happening. The only other one is like Lokonga, who he had at Anderlecht and recommended to Arsenal. But look, let's see what happens with that. But yeah, look, goals are what keep you in the Prem. Burnley need goals. I don't know what their budget's
and that goes for these other 2 teams we're going to mention in a minute.
Yeah.
Goal scorer, everyone says it. Goals keep you up. Obviously, you've got to be good at the back, but you need a 15-goal striker or a 12-goal striker, and you've got a really good chance of staying up.
That's it. I think the 2 teams coming up have been, like, at the back, they've been okay, but you just never know when you make the step up to the Prem.
Yeah.
We've gone with Sheffield United, obviously, come up second place. I've gone a bit romantic with this one. And I do think they need goals. And when I was looking at they still got McBurney up front, I started laughing, actually, because the geezer's gone for a lot of money everywhere and not really done much. But I genuinely think that Harry Maguire might as well go back to Sheffield United. He obviously come through with Sheffield United.
England international. Yeah. No matter who, if you guys agree out there or Dan agrees, again, the war pricing, there's no way Maguire will be looking at his agent, right? He'll knock on his agent's door, get him on the phone, right? Here's a list of clubs I've got. The page is not long enough.
Yeah, but mate, you're getting like Turkey, all these random countries. England is listed about 3 clubs. 2 of them are now Championship.
Yeah, listen, we can be nice and romantic on this channel, but I don't see that one happening.
Who have you got then for Sheffield United?
I've got Jack Harrison. Went down with Leeds. Again,
actually, probably one of their better players.
He's, you know, good going forward. Plays right or left wing. Premier League, done it with Bielsa. Done it with what's his name?
I don't know. Did he have Vieira?
The last manager.
Marsh.
Yeah, Jesse Marsh.
I see what you mean.
So not far from Sheffield. You know, good signing. Knows
He's
that
got
part
a really
of the
good
country.
footballing education as well, Jack Harrison.
Yeah,
he was at New York City with like Pirlo and Lampard.
Yeah,
maybe Vieira in charge. I'm not sure. Man City as well. Yeah. So an interesting one, and not too far to move if that's where he ends up. So yeah, Sheffield United's a weird one for me. I'm not sure I can see him surviving, and a team I definitely can't see surviving, but will have 6 points of Chelsea, is Luton.
Yeah.
I really struggle with this. Now, Edwards, fair play to him. He come in, got sacked from Watford.
Their rivals. Yeah.
Literally went over to Luton.
I love this kind of story.
Smashed it.
I love it, yeah.
He's recruited players from like non-league all the way up. That, by the way, Championship final, some of those Luton boys look really good. And I was well surprised. I was looking at the midfield. Apparently, they've struggled with midfield this season, and Nakamba come in and like reassured it.
Got to re-sign him.
Yeah, I think that looks like a good one. The other one I looked at was Hamza Chowdhury, signed for Watford under Edwards. Edwards got sacked.
Oh, I see that.
And
one.
then
Like that one.
That one could happen again. Managers love a reunion, but I've actually gone with another Leicester player, Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah.
I think he looked okay at Leicester. Yeah. I'm not sure he's the answer, but I'd like to see him.
Safe pair of hands, isn't he?
I think Luton wouldn't do wrong signing a player like that.
Leicester's a bigger club than Luton. You never know in the Championship. That is a strong division next season, but if he doesn't get a move somewhere else, I'd probably stay put at Leicester.
Just try and get straight back up.
Yeah. He's probably signed a new deal there. So, no, but a safe pair of hands, knows the division. So, yeah.
What do you think for Luton?
Luton, I probably need to sign a new stadium.
Yeah, mate, it's not a bad shout.
A new stand for the Premier League. I think they're rushing to do that so it meets the regulations.
Crazy.
I got re-signed Nakamba, got him on loan. I saw that. I was watching the playoff games. I was like, Nakamba, type him in.
Yeah.
Is that the Villa guy? Yeah, done amazing to get him. So, yeah, need to re-sign him because he was on loan. Yeah,
it's a strange one for me, Luton. If they stay up, then fair play. And I'm sure if they stay up, that money will help them out.
I think the fact that they're there gives hope to all us non-league, obviously myself, lower league fans. That is some story. In around 10 years.
Stadiums with 10,000.
Yeah. Played them when we played for Wickham away, Kenilworth Road. One way in, one way out. Yeah. Like you go into the coach up the road and then you go out the back on the way out. Like it was great atmosphere though, like really hostile place. So I can't wait for like De Bruyne, Haaland, and Bruno Fernandes to turn up there.
It's going to be like watching the FA Cup highlight show on Match of the Day, isn't it, when Luton come on? So that'll be great. Fair play to Luton for getting themselves up out of the playoffs as well. Look, that's it. That's a wrap. I can't wait till deadline day to look back at this and see if me and you have called any of these right.
But everyone out there, who do you think, if you're a fan of one of these clubs, who should you be signing? What's realistic? What's not? Have you got a shopping list, or have you got a weakness in your team that your team has to sign?
Yeah, look, there's a massive thing to be said about watching your team every week.
Yeah,
you know
who
you need. Let us know in the comments below. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to stay up to date as well. We've had a massive income of new like fans, supporters to the channel, and we want to know what you have to say about football as well. It's not just about us. So yeah, let us know if you like the video, like the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Nice one.
Yeah, sweet.